need some wood. I'm gonna build a desk, like a computer desk for me. The one I have now is a little bit too small, so I'm just gonna build one rather than spend like $150 on a new one. And I have a pretty big computer desk.
So hot, they're pyroclastic. This is a certified hood classic.
What's overwear?
She's my baby. Started all before, and it's driving me crazy. But look what I found. Just lying in the street. A little piece of time in the middle of a beach.
Baby, pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. Just do it, do it.
Oh! So yeah, I need to go grab some wood for the desk after laying down that fat ass wheelie. That was a second and a third shift midway, just riding it out. Dude, this thing's fucking stupid. It is so comfortable. I just need to make a desk. The desk I have now is like, it's pretty nice. It's just a little bit too small since I run dual monitors. I'm a fucking nerd. I don't know if you guys know that, but I run 2 monitors because I do a lot of gaming and stuff. And I got the gaming channel, which is starting to do a little bit better now. I held off on it for a while. When time gets crunched, I put my gaming channel away. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do anything with this right now. And now that time is like freed up and stuff like that, I can kind of go back to making some gaming videos, which is nice. You know, I like doing the gaming videos. I just don't like editing them. I think that's why I like streaming, is because I don't have to edit anything. It's like people watch it, and then, you know, if they like it, they like it, which is fun. I like doing that. But it gets old doing the editing. I do like doing the gaming videos, though. So I'm going to start pushing the gaming channel a little bit more. So here, if you want to fucking do it. But, you know, another question that I've had, now that I got some time to do motovlog, it's nicer weather, I can go out and squid around. I can start answering more questions that I've had over time and doing videos that I've been meaning to do. And that's, how was my experience on The Walking Dead? As some of you guys know, and there's a lot of people who I think thought it was a joke, but I was actually on The Walking Dead. Season 6, episode 9, I believe, is the episode that I was on. If you remember the scene where Abraham, Sasha, and Daryl, they're in the tanker truck that's coming down the hill. They get stopped by a bunch of bikers. I and my motorcycle are in that episode, in the following episode as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and say that there's gonna be spoilers if you haven't watched season 6 yet. If you don't know, if you haven't watched season 6 yet, I mean, it's on Netflix now and shit, so you've got no excuse. And you know what happens. Daryl comes around with a rocket launcher and shoots me in the goddamn motorcycle and blows us all up. He's like, hey, you're dead. So what was it like? Now, before we get started into like talking about it, I will say that I did sign an NDA. I did sign a non-disclosure agreement. That being said, I can only share, I guess, so much of the stuff, but at this point, all the information that we were told, like all the secret information, quote unquote, that we were aware of is over. Like all of that stuff has been done, talked about. Like all the stuff that I knew was gonna happen before you guys did has been shown on the show. So there's really not much more I can talk about other than behind the scenes stuff that I can't really get super into. But I'll tell you as much as I can without probably breaking the law and getting sued. And the NDA I signed said, yes, they will sue the absolute living fuck out of me. First of all, let's talk about how did I get the job working on The Walking Dead as a biker? You know, I think a lot of people think it's a lot cooler to be a biker than it is a zombie because everyone who's on the show is a zombie. If you're not a friend of a friend, you're a zombie, you know? Does that make sense? Show business, baby. A couple of months before that season aired, there was this link going around on Facebook saying like, hey, they need bikers for the show, motorcyclists, and they need to bring your own bike and whatnot. So, like a baller, I filled it out, sent the thing, it was on Facebook. I filled out the link, they asked for headshots and like body and stuff like that and photos of the bike. So I sent them photos of the bike, I sent them photos of myself, etc., etc. And like 6 months went by, I didn't hear nothing from them. I had forgotten all about it. And I get this this email at like 10 o'clock at night, and it's from The Walking Dead. It's like, hey, we're filming in Sonoya. Can you be here tomorrow at 6 a.m.? Mind you, it is 6 o'clock at night, and I live in Brunswick, Georgia at the time, which is about, it's realistically, it's only 4.5, 5 hours, but on a motorcycle, we have to fill up every 80 miles. It's about 5.5 hour ride. And they said, we need you and your bike here by 6 a.m. tomorrow. Can you do it? And I'm like, it's 10 o'clock at night, and that's a 6 hour ride. Fuck yeah, I'll do it. Hopped on my bike, and rode up there in the middle of the night. I think I got on the road at 11. I want to say I finally hit my buddy's house about 4:30 after riding all day. So I rode up there after having a full day's worth of work. I'd been up since 7 o'clock that morning, so I get on my bike at 10, ride all the way up there, which is exhausting to do on the Magnet, which is hardtailed, by the way. Rode all the way up there, get to my buddy's house at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, passed out for about 10 minutes, and then went to the casting. So I'm there at 6 a.m. For a call time, and they had shut off this road entirely for filming. It was really cool, and it was me and like a bunch of other bikers. I was easily the youngest guy there by about 10 years. Pretty freaking cool. But I think it was more than apparent that I was like a last minute thought, because everyone else had gotten their invite I think months before me, and I think one of the guys that was originally supposed to be there ended up canceling, so they had to go to their backup, which was, I guess I was one of their backups. And I think that's how I got the part. Otherwise I don't think they would have chosen me, because I'm the babyface biker in the zombie apocalypse. So they stuck me in the back where it looked like I could be as young as possible. Yet during that scene, I think most of the fans were focused on me, or my bike. Mostly probably my bike, actually. Now, of course, the bike looked completely different back then. That's when it had the 2 white stripes. This was before the rebuild. Hello. But they put me on set, and they fucking got us all dressed up and whatnot, and got our outfits and shit. Some minor makeup, you know, just to make us look like we'd been fucked up. And then we basically hung out until it was time to film the scene, which took a long time. It took them 2 days to film that one scene. I actually ended up having to leave the bike up in Atlanta at my friend's house, and then come back up there a couple of weeks later to finish the filming. So it was really cool how it worked out. And it was like 2 full days of filming. It was from like 6 to 6. I don't think I'm allowed to discuss how much I was paid for it, but I got paid a little bit more because I brought my bike. It was like they paid me extra because I brought a prop with me, and then they blew up some bikes that kind of looked like ours. You know what's even funnier about that whole scene is that everyone is like, God, that explosion looks so fake. That was a real explosion. They actually blew those bikes the fuck up. I was surprised. I was like, holy shit. And it was a big explosion. I think probably the coolest part though was we got to hang out with the cast just a little bit. Like, they kept the cast and us extras pretty separate, I think on purpose, to keep us from being like, oh my God, you're Norman Reedus, oh my God, you're Andrew Lincoln, you know, stuff like that. Honestly, I couldn't give a shit about anybody else on that other than Norman Reedus. I've liked Norman Reedus since the Boondock Saints. Like, he's a cool fucking guy. Strange guy, but he's a cool guy. But here's the absolute coolest part. I remember this, and I tell this every time. I talk about it. So we're all sitting around, it's all the extras, we got our own little tent. So we got some food and we're eating around the tent, you know, hanging out, and just talking back and forth between all the extras. I'm trying not to look like a jackass, seeing how I'm like 10 years younger than everybody. Then all of a sudden, you know, our bikes are right there with us, and Norman Reedus, he's talking to, I guess, the director behind us, like a couple of feet back, and you can hear him talking, and he's looking at the bikes. We all heard him go, whose bike is that? Is that a cast bike? Like a stunt bike? And he goes, oh no, that's one of the extras bikes that they brought in. And he goes, so that's not a fake bike, that's a real bike. And he's like, yeah. And he goes, who does it belong to? He goes, one of the extras over there, pointing at us. So Norman casually struts his way over to us, right? And this is at the time when it had the white stripes in the rear fins. It looked pretty fucking apocalyptic. He comes up walking, you know, Norman Reedus does his little Norman Reedus strut, like, hey, whose bike is that? And I'm like, the one with the white stripes and the fins? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, it's my bike. And he goes, dude, that's bad fucking ass. I was like, thanks, man. He goes, where'd you get the fin? I said, I just made him at home with some sheet metal. He goes, dude, that's so fucking cool. He's like, that's bad fucking ass, man. I was like, dude, thanks so much. He talked about it for just a brief second. He's like, that's a cool fucking bike, dude. And he walked away. And that was probably like the coolest experience I've ever had with meeting a celebrity. I've met a bunch of celebrities and shit like that, and I've never really given 2 shits about it, about meeting celebrities. There's only like 3 celebrities that I'd really freak out to meet. The Rock, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Keanu Reeves, dude. I could fucking hang out with Keanu Reeves all day. You know, that dude in blue met Keanu Reeves. He says that Keanu Reeves is just like this super chill guy, super hospitable. And you know, he's in a motorcycle, he has a motorcycle company. I gotta see if that rental truck's back. I don't see it. I might just have to go try to rent one. But yeah, apparently Keanu Reeves is just super nice guy, and I've always known that too from the stuff that they tell about him. If you go watch any documentary about him, you know, they talk about how he like rides the subway and he's given so much to charity and all this other shit, and he's just a fucking nice guy. Want to touch his dick. They ran out of money for when they were filming The Matrix, so he paid out of pocket for the editor's budget. I was like, that's cool as shit, dude. I would never do that. Man, I was like, dude, Keanu Reeves, you're so fucking cool. I want to meet you. David got to meet him at this like big car show thing, and that took place in a hangar. He talked with Cognizant and all them fucking other people. But yeah, dude, those are the three guys that I would want to meet. Those are three celebrities I'd want to meet. And but yeah, so Norman Reedus is really cool. Let me tell you who was extra fucking cool. Believe it or not, Abraham, the guy who plays Abraham, I don't know his name right now, but he was total goofball on set. Like, at first I was watching him, and he gets into his character. Like, he gets hard as fuck. There was so many times where he would just like goof around. I thought that was pretty funny, and Norman kind of seemed to keep to himself. And then I got to meet Andrew Lincoln for like a millisecond, for like a fraction of a second. He was walking towards the motorcycles as I was leaving. I was like, hey Andrew, and he was like, nice to meet you, or however he talks. He was still in character, even though he wasn't on screen. Apparently that's a thing. So they were all pretty cool, but the coolest person out of all of them, besides Norman Reedus obviously, was the girl who plays Sasha. She's cool as fuck, dude. Like, I couldn't believe how like she went out of her way to check up on us and make sure that we had like enough food and water and shit like that. Like, she would come over and be like, how's everybody doing? Like, super hyped. I was like, I like you. You're in the show business thing, and you're not a total prick about it. And I'm not saying anybody else there was. Oh, nice parking job, bro. Ah, come on, man. I should park in between them, but I'm sure that'll go over great when it's some big dude who wants to kick my ass for it. Well, that was expensive. Any way you look at it, renting a vehicle is going to cost you about 30 bucks for a day. Even those ones that they say it's only $19.99 a day, but there's also like taxes and other fees that they don't tell you. It always ends up being about 30 bucks. So, but it's time for me to go build a desk. I don't really work with wood that much other than my own. But yeah, all things considered, the Walking Dead experience was pretty awesome. I had a lot of fun on the set. Like, here's some, I've shared some screenshots, and if you go to Google and you type in "do it with Dan Walking Dead," I'm like the first thing that pops up forever. Tons of my bikes. And as a matter of fact, when I get done with the bike building that I'm doing right now, the next build I want to do is like an apocalyptic bike, kind of like Daryl's. Not exactly like it, and I'm going to change up a lot of things, but like a dirt track racer, oh, that's cool as shit. But like a dirt track racer or something like that, I want to build something like that as my next bike. Can you just stop being sexy for like 5 seconds, please, car? Thank you. Time to build a desk out of this shit. Since it's really hot today, I'm going to be using the fan, which is really loud. It blows out the audio, plus I really want to listen to music while I do this. So we're just going to do a musical montage. Let's get started. And yes, I have a really bad farmer's tan. Hanging out with some fans. I'm going to hang myself.
Why you wanna promise a bridge when there is no water to be found? You canyon of bullshit is slowly filling up towards, yeah, straight towards the ground. People always moving to the other side, and think we've gotta take it to the other side. Until it ain't no fun anymore, then I gotta get a day job to support my family.
So I know a lot of you guys didn't really want to watch me build a table. You want to watch me build a motorcycle, right? And I'm working on that. I'm still waiting on a tool or two to show up before I can start cutting out the motor mounts. I'm about to start tackling it without the plasma cutter and just go with like old school cutter wheel, which I didn't want to do because the steel is pretty thick. Anyway, the next motorcycle build episode will be coming out pretty soon. So here's the old computer desk. Right now I've just got it sitting underneath my TV, no big deal. And you know, right where my AR-15 likes to hang out. And then here's the one that I built. Dan, why'd you need to build a new computer desk? I mean, you got a really nice one over there. You need to get another one. And I need it to be longer. I run 2 monitors for my editing. I had a couple people ask me about what's in that, and I keep meaning to make a setup video. But I sanded the whole thing down with 220 grit, beveled the edges. It is just so smooth. Got a nice contour on the corner here. Just, oh yeah. And then the bottom's all nice and non splintery, you know. Sanded that nice and I'm using these little things as shelves right here. Wire management, I'll fuck with that later. I dropped the camera and it's a little fucky, but it looks like it still works. It's just a little kind of dicked up. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Yeah.